Don't just get in there.
Let me say this, ladies and fellas. Let me say these, ladies and fellas. A man who could bathe with you and be disciplined enough to not touch you is a reassurance for you.
This is why she's dangerous. You want to know why this lady is dangerous? This is why she's giving out this kind of crazy advice. This lady's a stealer. You know how much of a stealer you gotta be for other stealers to be like, look, I know I'll be stealing. Jamal Bryant was like, look, I'll be still. Okay, we know now. Praise Jesus. Y'all know I'll be stealing. But this lady, if she ain't a doctor, I'm not a reverend. She's not even a reverend doctor, which is definitely not a doctor. You got surgeons, you got specialists, you got general practitioners, chiropractors, psychiatrists, then you got dentists, then you got reverend doctors, then you got honorary doctorates. Like Idris Elba or some shit like that. You know that nigga, they turned that nigga to a knight. She's not even a reverend doctor. She's none of the sort. Allegedly, so they say. Anyway, the title of this video, y'all didn't need this, coming from Reva TV. Jamal Bryant calls out Cheyenne Bryant. The Bryant family, your old cousin.
The danger of Sister Cheyenne Bryant, not Dr. Sister Cheyenne Bryant, is that it pulls us back further.
Black people trying to cancel black people. For folks who believe in God, it is not Christ-like.
It's uncredentialed, uncertified, professional. I yielded my platform to. We have to be zealous, responsible, and protective of our spaces. And when you know better, then you got to do better.
Reva TV.
He got on designer everything. He got a designer dead cow. What was that? This nigga wearing a zebra? Oh, this nigga wearing black. He wearing civil rights. This nigga dressed in all civil rights. If you knew better, you gotta do better. This nigga got a protest on his shirt.
And when you know better, then you got to do better.
Reva TV.
All right, I'm gonna shut up. I swear to God, y'all.
What's up, guys? It's your girl, Riva, and I'm back again with another video. Pastor Jamal Bryant has come to the internet over the weekend to call out Cheyenne Bryant, okay? As we know, this has been a thing going on basically for like a month and a half of, you know, everything that has unfolded in regards to Cheyenne Bryant. If you guys are unaware, she was on a book tour, you know, and she stopped at the Breakfast Club. She was asked about her, you know, dissertation and how there's no proof of her doctorate degree.
The conversation about your doctorate because people can't find your dissertation online.
She came up with some kind of excuse that nobody was buying. It didn't make sense.
There's just no holding take for any of our records in
They
general.
are going to do you online this week. They're going to say she has no records.
She then went on to a different platform and was having a conversation and kind of like doubled and tripled down and made matters worse.
I've earned the title. I have multiple degrees, and I'm not going to prove anything to anybody. My obedience is to God, not to people.
Now, a lot of the people who were attached to her prior to her, you know, getting exposed are kind of like under fire right now. And one of those people being Pastor Jamal Bryant, right? If you guys remember, you know, she was on his podcast and, you know, he was the one who was calling her.
See, I ain't peeped that. He one of the ones that put her on. I should have known. Damn. Now he throwing her on her under the bus. He like, yo, you gotta get away from me. You can't hang out with me like that. He's like, she is the sister. She's actually my cousin. Oh man, West Side Kid, West Side Kid,
like, you know, his play cousin.
I'm asking you, at what point do you ask that man to pray for you?
Oh, I love this. Get out of my business,
Oh,
Pastor
listen,
Bryant.
You my cousin in my head.
Obviously, because the two of them have the same last name. So, you know, he was getting a lot of backlash, and I guess he decided that he was going to go ahead and speak on the situation, which he did. So I'm going to go ahead and press play, pause, play, and give you guys my thoughts, my feelings, and my opinion on this entire situation.
The danger of Sister Cheyenne Bryant, not Dr. Sister Cheyenne Bryant, is that it pulls us back further.
As you can see, he already coming in hot, okay? He's like, I'm not calling her doctor no more.
Now he not calling her doctor. He slipped his, when he was wearing Versace, she was doctor. When they was wearing matching Versace, I'm surprised they ain't got on no red bottoms. When they was matching, look at them. They like a couple on Valentine's Day. They look like they in love. She was a doctor then. Dr. Bryant, should we pray for them? They damn near prayed together. Right there. They almost broke out in spontaneous prayer.
Because we already had suspicion. We already had a pregnant pause. And we already had an overwhelming trepidation as to whether or not medical mental health was appropriate for us.
Now, what he's saying here is actually true, right? You know, a lot of the people that came out to kind of like protect her, like Amanda Seals and like Dr. Umar Johnson, right? They came out and they were like, you know, what harm has she done? Like, has she caused any harm?
Yeah, she recommended ass whippings on the children's. That's the one that just stands out, just pops into my head. She like the last therapist to say, yeah, you should beat him. I think you should beat him. Allegedly. That's the argument she got into with Touré.
Why are you all so obsessed about...
Call them all kind of BANs. Called them sassy indirectly, allegedly. All right, I swear to God, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to be quiet now. I swear to God.
Cheyenne Bryant? How is she causing harm? How is she causing harm?
I have no need to do anything against that black woman because she hasn't hurt anybody.
And
none of the hustlers is against her. Because it's G's up. You know that. Of course the hustlers ain't going to be against her. I can't believe that Jamal Bryant is breaking ranks. Actually, he the one that's dead ass wrong. What you doing? Stop snitching. Come on now, you know what we doing. Man up.
I love, you know, just to be fair, I love the fact that he started off with like, you know, this is harmful to our community, right? Because for a lot of times, like people who dealt with certain mental health ailments, you know, especially within our community, people would be like, oh, he crazy. Oh, she crazy. Like, you know, they didn't want to go and sit down and enter into therapy or unpack any childhood trauma or have the conversations, right? So when you have, you know, this questionable thing come up within the field, it almost like it reignites that fear-based connection between people, you know, having good conversations with therapists and, you know, kind of like stepping away or shying away from it.
We have a long-standing, had a pregnant pause around how it is that we have been...
Pregnant pause? You would say that, wouldn't you?
We did, as cited in the book, Medical Apartheid. And so for those who are yearning to breathe free, not having to question the credentials and the qualifiers, raises for us another stumbling block.
I agree with them.
See, we always try and get a deal. See, it would have been better if she was giving up deals. She's like, look, I'm not exactly a doctor and I don't exactly got a license, but I could, you know, I can give you some therapy on the cheap. We could work something out. You know what I'm saying? What you paying your therapist? What you pay? Tell me what you normally pay when you go to the therapist. What, $100 an hour? What 75, 100, 200? Whatever it is, I cut you down a little bit. You know what I mean? You don't tell nobody I'm a doctor. I'm not a doctor. I won't tell nobody that, you know what I'm saying, you save some money on some quality therapeutic advice. Come on, man. Stop snitching, Bryant. I mean, I'm Jamal. They both Bryants. My bad.
I do agree, you know, especially because, you know, as we know, she came out and she talked about the fact that she's not licensed and like, you know, the reason why she's not licensed is because it like ties your hands behind your back and there's a lot of things that you can't do.
No longer practice under a license. License is really only needed so you can bill insurance. I'm in private practice. I make much more money. It allows me to have more leverage and really be hands-on with my clients. I'm not binded by BBS.
And that kind of, you know, gives the impression to a lot of people who don't understand exactly what's going on and the difference between being licensed and not licensed. It kind of gives people the feeling of like, oh, so, you know, licensed professionals aren't really telling me the truth. They aren't really like doing all the best that they can to help me.
Nah, she gonna hook you up. Like, what you want to go to the dealership? Or you want to go to this guy your cousin know? That's it. Even though I heard she wasn't even giving no deal. She cost just as much as the dealership. I ain't going around her house.
should I go to them anyway? Like, it inflames those kind of conversations all over again.
To argue with your full chest that accreditation is not necessary, that the submission is only for an insurance payout, and that credentialing is only to be monitored by God is, in no uncertain terms, it is a offense and it is a felony of consciousness.
Now, I thought it was very interesting, to hear him speak up because, I've used clips from their interview, especially where she talked about honesty and transparency and like that whole kind of thing.
It's called transparency. I operate from a place of transparency, not honesty. Honesty means I have to ask you questions. I don't want a relationship with you when I have to drill you like an investigator. When you're talking about trust, an investigator has to ask you 500 questions to figure out what their clarity is that they're seeking. That's not the relationship I seek. I seek transparency.
She always talks about this honesty and transparency, but for some reason, when it comes to the questioning about her degree, there's no honesty or transparency that is necessary. Like, all of a sudden,
I'm talking about for y'all, not for me. Why don't she just hurry up and become a doctor while everybody talking about it? She said she was really close. Why don't she close the gap? The whole time y'all beefing, she's like, she went to school online anyway. Just keep wearing her bikinis while she hurrying up and finishing her dissertation or whatever you got to do, her doctoral. Am I saying it right? Her doctoral.
when asked about her degree, it's I don't got to prove nothing to nobody.
I'm not
She don't
gonna
gotta
prove
prove
anything to anybody.
So it's like, where's all this honesty and transparency that you're talking about, right?
And the bikini.
And so, for him to come forth and then call her out for said behavior, he
haters.
also made mention of some of the things that she talked about in the interview.
Is uncredentialed, uncertified, professional, I yielded my platform to. And right here, I want to show you this clip about discipline.
This nigga got a serious R. Kelly face. He got arrested R. Kelly face. Jamal Bryant. Y'all tell me he don't look like Robert? Especially with the mustache chopped off. Come on, man. He don't get that Robert. No, don't do this to me.
I yielded my platform to. And right here, I want to show you this clip about discipline on taking a bathtub that would not be in any way sanctioned by a licensed therapist, psychologist, a pastor, or even a Christian.
Now, this is one of the most viral clips that he had from the interview, right? And this is a clip in which she talked about, men being disciplined enough that in the dating stage or in the vetting stage, that you should be able to be around a man and the two of you guys get in the shower and shower together and stuff like that.
In a bath together. No sex. Because you both have what the Bible says marriage requires, discipline. To take a bath together and have a conversation. A little trigger over there?
I remember this a little bit. She want to get in a tub and deny. She trying to get somebody in charge. What is you do? What? What are you doing? Is we ain't doing it? Huh? Yeah, we should be able to get in there and take a shower together. Listen, I feel like it's more than the act if that's what you're trying. If you're trying to be chaste, if you're trying to fight against lust and remove that part from your relationship, taking a naked shower together is not the way to do that. To me, that's still indulging in lust. If that's what you're against. That's not how I'm living or nothing. I'm just saying, if that's where your principles lie, that will make more sense. She want to get all soaked up with somebody and leave them tight and tense so she can have some power. See, that stuff like that is the ladies that want to do witchery on you. She want to dangle. She want to dangle what could be. What could be. If you do right, you keep washing just right, the right spots, do all that stuff just right. I might, maybe, if I feel like it, on a Wednesday after work, once I done took a bath, sat in some water, took a nap, woke up, cleaned everything, lay my baby hands down, then put on a bonnet. Now you sleep, you got to work in the morning. Maybe. You might can smell it. That's what that is. That's witchery. Y'all want me to shut up, and I know it. Here we go.
No, I just got to couch this. I got to couch this. Don't take that bath until y'all get that ring on there. Yeah. Don't do it.
Now, as we know, in Christianity, a lot of the values stand.
While she get bust down by the one she really like. I heard the one she really like is they said she might be down with Legibita, allegedly. I have no idea. Legibita, WNBA, Legibita.
on, waiting until you're married, until the two of you are intimate together. A lot of people don't follow that rule, but we know that that's like kind of like the standard rule. That is like the guidelines that most pastors will, guide you to based off.
Not a pastor with Versace and 6 baby mothers, allegedly. I don't know how many.
Of biblical, ideas and teachings and stuff like that, right? And so she's going on to this platform.
I should be a preacher.
And this just goes to show, this is just my opinion or whatever, it just goes to show the arrogance sometimes that this woman exudes, because she's on his platform and she's talking about, to the single people about interacting in something that would go against his teachings. And when he laughed and was calling her out and saying, nah, all the people who are listening in my audience, make sure that you guys don't do this. She asked him if he was triggered.
Triggered over there?
Now, what I will say, okay, is that in these kinds of conversations and or situations, I just personally feel like this is one of the things that doesn't make no sense to me. A lot of women try to set up other women into predicaments as if men are not human beings with natural biological responses to things. Like, I don't understand. You having the idea or planting the idea into other women's brain that they should be unclothed in front of a man and that nothing exciting is going to happen.
No weapon formed against them. Not even a, you know what I'm saying? Not even that log. Not even the stick.
Throughout his loins.
Get out together. No sex. Because you both have what the Bible says marriage requires, discipline.
Like, if ain't nothing wrong with that man, something is going to ignite, right?
First time, too?
And when that feeling ignites within himself, it is going to cause him to want a reaction, right? Like, we already know how all of this stuff goes. And I think a lot of women try to make it seem like something is wrong with the man for him to want to respond to his biological feelings of what he sees. That's the real crazy thing to me.
You're going to make me lose my license. Listen, she's talking to married people, a heightened level. Thank you.
And let me say this.
Yes.
I'm also talking to unmarried people.
Know what I don't like about Jamal Bryant? I feel like a pastor is supposed to be somewhat of a leader, right? You're a shepherd, right? At very least, a respectable person. And someone to look up to and to take advice from and things of that nature. In this context, in a lot of his actions, he seems like a homeboy. Just somebody that's hanging around, a peer. But you're supposed to be a shepherd of a flock. Like, some of the things he's saying and doing is acceptable if you're a peer. If you're a parishioner, you know what I mean? I might try to sell weed at the church. Allegedly. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I might try to run but I'm not the pastor. I don't know. I just feel like right there, that's somewhere he should have checked her. Like, listen, that's completely unacceptable. Why tempt? I don't know the verse in the Bible, but I know it's one about temptation and not leading thou into it. Stop playing around with stuff that you can't handle. Why would you do that to a man? What do you seek to gain? You can't wash your own ass? These are the same women that don't want to commit to making dinner. Don't do nothing for him until you know that y'all gonna be real. He want dinner, he gotta put a ring on it. You want your back washed? You want a shower buddy companion? Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna shut up. I swear to God.
Oh.
I would not see a man standing in a shower with a woman and the both of them unclothed, and he, feels something based off of his level of attraction to that woman and based off of the scene setup, and then, try to bash him or call him undisciplined based off of him wanting to do something and take things a step further. That would make no logical sense to me. And a lot of women like to do this. They like to, take a man to a space of like an ice cream parlor, okay? And then offer the ice cream, to him. And then if he accepts said ice cream, they're like, how dare you do that?
Right.
Like, how dare you cross that boundary? That's foolishness.
Because
Don't get in that bathtub.
if you
Don't y'all
have-
get in that bathtub.
listen, if you have the true essence of discipline,
Yeah, no, they ain't got it.
but there are some men
They
that
ain't
do
got
that.
it.
Yeah.
And let me go further. Because a
They
man
must
who-
teach Tai Chi.
Like you do. Like you do. And what's up with everybody crossing their legs like that? What is that all about? All these dudes, they pink shirt, they legs double crossed, talking about, no, they ain't got it. They ain't got it. What are you talking about, man?
because you're supposed to save your chai tea.
We're just gonna look over the part that she said chai tea instead of Tai Chi. We're just gonna go ahead and just mosey right over that.
She could have meant tea.
Because you're supposed to save your chai tea,
Yes.
which is really your sperm,
Yes.
until you're doing something that's productive.
Yes.
That's because she liked to drink it. I didn't say it. That's what she said.
Because you're supposed to save your chai tea,
Yes.
which is really your sperm,
Yes.
until you're doing something that's productive,
Yes.
fruitful, and will
Get it-
multiply.
She's saying like, oh, you're supposed to save that unless you're doing something fruitful to multiply. So as much as she's talking about love me, don't love me like this, love me like this.
Love me like this. Do not love me like that. Literally and figuratively. Love me like this.
Man, y'all
You
see-
got to love me up close.
Doc on demon time.
The only time you're talking about these things is for multiplication. Let's be
But what's the other choke? She's like, don't let me choke you. You choke me. You choke, I choke. Or was she saying she need a mutual choke? Because she choked herself and then she asked for a choke. So who I don't know who got choked. I'm saying I'm with the choke. I don't want to. But if you gotta, you know what I'm saying?
Love me like this. Do not love me like that. Literally and figuratively. Love me like this.
Man, y'all
You
see-
got to love me up close.
Doc on demon time.
The only time you're
So
talking about these things is for multiplication. Let's be honest. Okay? Let's just keep it real.
With a bathing suit on. Don't just get in
Let
that.
me say
don't
this,
just get in
ladies
that
and fellas.
bathtub
Let me
naked.
say this, ladies and fellas. A man who could bathe with you and be disciplined enough to not touch you is a reassurance for you.
It's
This is why she's dangerous. You want to know why this lady is dangerous? This is why she's giving out this kind of crazy advice. You can't make this up.
see why men go through so much in society, because this don't make no logical sense, right? If a man is disciplined enough to see you and not touch you in an intimate setting where both of you guys are unclothed, then that's a good man. But then if you are in that same setting with the man and he doesn't touch you, they're going to start saying stuff about his sexuality. They're going to start calling him
know
out.
that.
They're going to be like, oh, no, something wrong with him. Oh, I don't think, his, what works. Like, there's going to be so much stuff going on. This was a nonsensical argument.
I'm telling you, it's about wizardry. She wants you on her. But she's like, no, stop. No, stop. No. That's the game. Now she can work you. You know this, Reva. Stop playing. You weren't born so logical. Anyway, y'all let me know what you think in the comments. Is this lady a doctor? I can't even say that right. Listen, if you like this video, you want to see other dope videos with Cassie, yeah, check this one out. If you want to check this video out about Cassie, I'm going to point every direction in case so y'all know what it is. Cassie, they suing her. She ran. She got out the country. She gone.